Can't trust rappers nowadays, man. I don't know. Only rappers I trust is battle rappers.
Battle rappers?
Yeah, murder poetry is on the top of my list when I listen to.
I'm gonna have to get into
poetry.
some more battle rap. I haven't watched or seen who's out there now.
Oh, so great.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
So
just
great.
it's disrespectful, bro.
It is.
They talk about people's mamas, talk about people's daddies,
I'm
talk about your girlfriend.
my favorite battle rappers, QP, Clean Paper, right? He told Beat Magic, he said, "You want to scrap? Then put your hands up in. And I dare anybody from your fam jump in while you're getting your shit ran up in. I ain't stabbing. I'm treating their face like cabinets, something I can put my cans up in." Bro, tell me that's not poetry, bro. That is murder poetry at its greatest.
Yeah, you're right. Imagine Shakespeare as a battle rapper.
Fact, that's who they are.
That's thou.
Step down one day, shit ran in.
Interest thou cabinets.
Oh my God. I can't believe, bro. It's New Year's, man. New Year's Eve, man. We finna get it started.
Facts.
Hey, let's get it started. Let's
Wrap up 2023.
2023. Welcome to the New Year's Eve version of the Four Black Dads podcast. I am one of your hosts, G Wade, and to my left,
I am the deacon of sneaking, the pastor of laughter, I. To my right.
Hey, hello, it's Ikes. How's it going?
it's
Fly,
Ike.
Eagles fly, baby.
It's
Fly,
Ike.
Eagles fly.
It's like
We thought by the end of the year he'd be a little bit more animated, but nah.
just have a little bit more, just
Right.
You know, Ike's in the building, like something. I don't know. He's still.
I'm just here.
That's why we love him. That's why we love him.
Just
I'm here because I love these niggas. I miss these niggas too.
Yeah, I miss you.
Fact.
Bro.
Interesting last 3 weeks. I love y'all.
Has
It's
been.
been an interesting time. This whole year been interesting.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, we got any highlights from the year?
Woo.
For like personally
Man.
for us or like the world.
Highlights, period. Man, just put a stamp on it, whatever it is.
I want y'all to chime in because I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know necessarily. There's this group in Iceland, right? They trying to open up like portals.
Portals to what?
Nobody know.
Oh, well, they've been doing that.
Yeah, it's Sirius or something like that. So they're like a nuclear physicist company. So they're working with nuclear physicists and stuff like that. So they
Split atoms to try to open up portals through a whole, what's called a halidron.
Yep, Halidron glide, like on Spider-Man into Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The same exact thing.
Who gonna walk through these portals? Anybody volunteering?
No, they trying to get people to come out. They trying to get something out of the portal.
Oh, so they trying to entice motherfuckers to walk through the portal on the other side.
So the theory behind that is that back in the days when Russia was coming through and Hitler and all that was going on, they were saying that there was alien ships going through and that was possibly a portal thing that they found out by accident through reverse engineering some stuff that they found. And so that's why they were saying that Hitler gained all of his power. So for years behind the scene, there's been several people who have put money together trying to split these atoms and trying to figure out how to open up portals. Now that we see a lot of uptick of people having sightings of UFOs and UAVs, they're saying that maybe they opened up a portal and didn't close it back. And so that's why we're starting to see now a lot more unidentified things, cryptids and things of that nature, because of people playing with these things.
Oh, y'all got to send me some info on this scientific
Wild, bro.
weird portal opening. Yeah, send me some shit on this because I ain't heard of it yet. So y'all shocking me right now. That's crazy.
One of your shows I'm going to tell y'all to tap into, and I shouldn't be promoting it, but it is a fun show to watch just because you're into curious things. Paranormal, Caught on Camera.
You told us about this. You said it was your fetish show. I thought you was fucking ghosts.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, it's paranormal to that extent, but it also gets off into what we were talking about in actual sightings of different things and trying to explain it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's the stuff coming from? And then in the Word, if you are, a spiritual type person and you read, there's different, information and text out there that kind of explain some things that we take and make it, it's this spiritual thing, and maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's people actually witnessing paranormal activity, and that was their way of explaining it. And so then it comes across to us centuries later as, oh, well, what we thought might have been a God situation or a divine thing, it may have been actually alien portals type stuff. So it could get deep. It could get crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, as soon as something comes through one of the portals, somebody gonna fuck it.
It's gonna be one of them rednecks. I'm trying to fuck that. I done fucked them sheep.
Somebody gonna do it, bro, and it's gonna create a whole new race of a whole new situation, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's how giraffes was created.
Name. I can't find the company's name.
That's how giraffes was created, bro.
It makes sense.
Somebody fucked something that came through the portal, and now all of a sudden you got this long ass thing with this big ass neck.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense to nothing else on Earth.
Nigga, that's facts. Nigga, that's how Sexy Red was made. She was created that way. Nigga she's a half dinosaur, half human. Nobody can tell me she not, bro. She walked like a dinosaur. She looked like a dinosaur.
I want some of that lizard.
You know how a platypus came though? It was a beaver that fucked a duck, right? And then they had babies. And then that same beaver duck baby fucked a aardvark. Yeah. And then the platypus came about.
You made that up.
Take all of this with a grain of salt, people. That's all we're trying to say. I
know I say shit with confidence, and it might make it seem like it makes sense, but
no,
it really be bullshit half the time.
Imagine your kids going to school. I know how a platypus is made, and teacher tell them I'm wrong. My daddy said.
It was this beaver.
He like Bobby Boucher.
Oh my God. 2023. Wow.
2023 was an interesting year.
I think so.
Yeah. What else? You got a highlight 2023?
I don't know if I have a highlight. I'm trying, because it's like December, and I'm trying to think back to January and February and March of this year. What was going on? I think highlight for this year for me is just us doing this. You know what I'm saying? Coming together as a collective, really trying to put ourselves out there and finding ways to brand and uplift each other and try to take it to that next level. And I think we're building pieces of that puzzle individually and collectively to try to reach those goals. So I'm anxious and curious to see what 2024 looks like as we continue to build and grow with each other. But I would call that a highlight for me, no doubt.
Okay. Yeah. I got a highlight. I did a show in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
It's a highlight of my year because I never thought I would do a show in Augusta, Georgia. You know what I mean? So it was cool to be out in Augusta, Georgia and vibe with the folks. It was a black show. It was a country ass black show. It was great. It was, yeah. You know me, you know the people that like, oh, I wonder if this is going to resonate. Because every time I hear somebody with a real Southern accent, I just imagine like you don't know much, but
you think they dumb?
Fuck you.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It's the accent. It has nothing to do with your brain.
Yeah, you're right. Because what's the name? Bill Burr said, "Imagine if Albert Einstein had an accent, a Southern accent. Nobody listen to that motherfucker,
bro."
Theory of relativity. You're dumb.
Equals MC squared.
Get the fuck out of here. Get your country ass out of here.
But so yeah, but it was crazy. It was, you know what I'm saying? Me, I was just myself, went in there and you know what I'm saying, lit it up. It was great. It was one of them shows where I got to stretch my legs in a different kind of way because they didn't give a fuck about politically correct. Like, you know what I'm saying? We do shows all over the place and then you'll get backlash or you'll get a heckler or something like that because you say something that somebody don't like or whatever. Yeah. It was there, bro. It was open arms, man. Whatever you got to say, you're going to say. And it was just good. They just took whatever you said as, you know what I mean? Like
you saying it.
Yeah, it was just embracing. It was love.
A joke. Like, it's a joke.
That was my highlight of this year, though, was being able to go there and then see something that I didn't think I would see in comedy, doing it the way that we do it, doing it in Portland, you know what I'm saying, going to places like DC, going to places like, you know what I'm saying, like Atlanta, where, you know what I'm saying, it's still
it's our culture. We can look out in the audience and see us, you know what I'm saying, more predominantly. You know, that's one of the things about us doing it out here in the Pacific Northwest is you can get a little jaded because a lot of times we're going into audiences and it's things you want to talk about and connect with people, and you realize when you look in the audience, like, they're not even there. You know, I can't even go to this subject because they're not even.
They don't know it.
There's no relation to it.
Or if I go there, they're going to automatically judge me before they hear the rest of the joke.
Right.
So like because I say something shocking, like now, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna look at me like, oh, I don't want to even hear the rest of it. No, listen to the rest of the joke and then you're gonna get it.
Right.
You'll understand it once you hear it all the way the fuck out. But people we want to stand up because you say one thing shocking and they're like, oh man, I want to stand up and say something. Like, no, it's not. I got a mic, nigga. Sit down. Shut the fuck up, because now I'm gonna start roasting you.
Right.
And I don't want to go there.
Here in Portland, we in a bubble of sensitivity. The Pacific Northwest is a bubble of sensitivity. You go to AZ, you go to LA, you go to Cali, you go to Austin, Texas. Ain't no fucking bubble of sensitivity. Motherfuckers talk about everything and everybody. When I went to LA, this nigga got up on the mic and was like, yeah, I didn't agree with it. I didn't think it was funny. But this nigga was like, yeah, all these Hollywood people out here fucking babies and eating them and shit like that. I'm like, interesting. Where's the joke at? And then he's like, then he just said, then he said the F word. I'm like, oh, damn. Then he said the R word. And I'm like, oh, damn. And then he just tripled down on everything. And I'm like, these niggas don't care. They don't care at all about anybody and anything. And then this white dude said the word nigga. I was like, nigga.
Right.
Now you can say the word nigga.
Do too much.
Yeah.
They doing too much.
But the thing about it is, like, you know what I'm saying? You can have jokes, right? Where you say what you want to, but it has to be a joke. People have to understand that I am just making light of this situation, right? The best way to do comedy in my brain, right, is to turn pain into laughter.
Right.
Yep.
Right? So if I make you see, like, the situation you're going through, it really ain't that bad, nigga. Let's laugh at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody lives, everybody dies. One thing ain't nobody gonna do is make it out alive.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's a bar too, by the way.
Got it. Got it. Noted.
You can have it, bro, because I'll be rapping no more. But yeah.
I will use it.
But on God, so when nobody gonna make it out alive, why are you so serious all the time?
Well, it's the fake outrage, man. And specifically in this area, you know, you have a lot of people that signify. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to be down with a cause or want people to feel like, oh, they this way or that way. In reality, they don't really give a fuck.
Because they also attach they cause to somebody else's cause, which had nothing to do with the with the outrage that's going on right now. They just wanted to do it in the first place.
Right.
They just wanted to be mad at something because they didn't like something that happened before.
Right.
Because they're mad at themselves.
True.
People do not love themselves.
Facts.
Oh God, if you listen to what's that song? I just want to die. I don't want to be alive. Whatever. What's that song?
I don't want to be. Is that the? Dang, that's a Logic, right?
I don't know who it is, but at the same time, it came on the other day, and I was, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, and the song came on, you know what I'm saying, the randomness that be playing and shit,
right?
And I was like, this is so fucking depressing. Like, and people, it was on the bill, like it was a top 100 song. Nigga, I don't know where it made it on the billboards, but it is a very popular song. Like, and a lot of people like that because people don't love their lives, and you can't say Mozzie love his life.
I know.
Yeah. On God. Yeah. Don't throw dirt on my nigga name, bro. Yeah.
He wasn't about to do that.
Don't throw dirt on my nigga name.
Mozzie, don't shoot me.
He happy he made it out the slums, nigga.
But you know, in a trauma society, man. I mean, I've seen that change when you look at the airwaves and songs. That's how you know that there's a system in play behind music and things of that nature. When you have conscious rappers that are trying to uplift or impart some knowledge to people, you know, they don't always get the same type of hype or credibility or airplay as a lot of the trauma artists, you know what I'm saying, because people tap into the trauma. And so if you can keep feeding that animal, that's how we go about it. And like you said, a lot of people just don't like themselves and they're not happy with things. And so,
but my thing is, it's not a problem tapping into your trauma, right?
Right.
And explaining it, right? But at the same time, though, like tapping into your trauma and not turning tragedy into triumph.
Yeah.
Nigga, I can't get on that.
Right.
Like, if you are so deep and depressed in your music that you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like Mozzie, for instance, I love the way he rap because he turns tragedy into triumph. Look where I was, look where I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
how I feel about Drake.
That's how you can.
Did y'all listen to the Drake album?
This how you feel about Drake?
Yeah, Drake.
What tragedy did he turn into triumph?
He was born a black Jewish. That's tragic in itself.
Well, wasn't Jesus a black Jew? I don't know. What's going on?
Yes, nigga's favorite Drake is white wine spritzers.
Cause the nigga's Drake.
Cause they let him go off of Degrassi. That's his.
No, he got shot on Degrassi.
He got a
Don't
Jewish
forget about
mama,
that.
and
This
he
nigga
got a
had
daddy
ED. This nigga had erectile dysfunction at 13.
On a TV show.
On a TV show.
That's trauma. Okay, that's trauma. You acted as a wheelchair teen. That's trauma.
Get hard. Yep.
Okay.
He wanted to get hard.
Yeah.
Imagine me at 13 and you gotta act like you can't get hard. Nigga, you always hard at 13. You just discovered yourself at 13. That's acting at its
This is a nigga
finest.
who actually came from some trauma. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love it.
Wait, but back to the series. Y'all didn't listen to the Drake album?
No,
You didn't listen to First Person Shooter?
No, bro.
That song is fire, bro. Like, it has J. Cole.
I've listened to songs on the Drake album. I did not listen to First Person.
Did you download it onto your little DJ thing?
My little DJ. Why are you downplaying my DJ?
Nigga, because I don't know what it's called. Okay, your big DJ. Your big DJ is spinning.
I know I just started a couple of little time ago, but don't downplay my DJ skills.
No,
I got big DJ skills.
This dude, G, is one of the best up and coming DJs. I don't call him a DJ, I call him GJ. It's corny, but it's true.
It's true. It's true.
GJ.
I'm just figuring that shit out. I just liked it. You know what I'm saying? You know how when you do something, you just start getting it?
Yeah.
And so I didn't start doing it, bro, until like probably about 4 months ago.
Right.
Right. And then once I started, I was like, oh, this shit is dope.
Yeah.
And so now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you mixing songs and you can blend them, you got the headphones in and nobody can hear what you hear.
Right.
And like, you know, the next song coming up and you want to see how it touch the crowd while you're doing whatever you're doing. And then boom. So, you know what I'm saying? This is one
It's
of the
a vibe.
ones. I've always liked music, but at the same time, I know Drake hate, but I really don't like Drake's music.
That nigga Drake support DJs, bro. He in the club, right? They throwing the shit. He throw a stack on the DJ because you gotta support this nigga Drake support everybody. Support the DJs, support the baby mamas. He support the strippers. That's the only reason Sexy. Not the only reason. But Sexy Red is actually on because of the nigga Drake help. He's like, hey, Drake love hoes.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
This is what it is.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
Drake, I hope that you are watching this and understand that you can get this man right here. As a
Yep,
good
Champagne
hype man.
Poppy.
He's a
Hey, you know that you know that song, Baby Daddy, Rich Baby Daddy. Hey, bust it open for Drake. Hey, you asked me, hey, bust it open for Drake if you got to.
Anytime you want to, you can get him in a Diddy situation.
No.
No, I'm just saying.
Doing that.
The way right now.
Wow.
My kids ain't gonna see me. They're not gonna see me on the internet busting it over for Drake. I'm a comedian, Drake. I'm not spreading my legs for no man or woman.
Wow.
Except for you,
Live
Drake.
your truth.
I don't know if you just know how much of his penis he just had down your throat, but metaphorically.
Wow.
I love you, Drake, but that's the way it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay just.
But
Put that on the t-shirt.
Oh God! Shout out to Diddy. We cancel him or not?
Oh yeah, Diddy out.
Diddy done?
No more Diddy. We don't take nothing. We don't take that. We ain't taking that. We know what take that mean now.
Can't stop, won't stop.
That can't stop, won't stop. We know what that mean. This nigga can't stop, won't stop. Take that, take that. We listen to Cassie. That's it. That's all we listen to.
So,
Cassie?
Yeah, me.
But
you. It's
I was just gonna
me,
ask.
you.
Now that a lot of things are coming to light, do we look at Kelly a little different in the sense of him being in the mode of saying, okay, I'm seeing all these other people do this.
Kels?
I'm seeing all these other people do this. Is that part of his mentality of why he felt he could do things that he did and get away with it? Because apparently there's a certain part of this society that are doing these things behind closed doors.
Yeah, but no. I look at R. Kelly on the same. I look at R. Kelly, P. Diddy, and Jeffrey Epstein, and the Harvey Weinstein all in the same light. Mm-hmm. It's just that kind of white people can get away with it because they got private islands.
We got Jeffrey Epstein was way worse.
All the shit is bad.
It's all bad.
All bad.
Because I mean, but he was a different story.
Yeah, because he was flying niggas out. You know they're gonna drop the manifest. They're gonna drop the flight log tomorrow.
Yeah, no. He was flying little girls into islands and across countries and selling to other. You know what I'm saying? Why, like, and he had political ties. Like this motherfucker was sitting down having dinner and breakfast with presidents.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like people who really owned. Shit. And ran a lot of shit behind closed doors.
I don't think that nigga dead. Different. He's alive still.
He might be. Oh God!
I saw him at Chuck E. Cheese the other day.
If he's not alive still, if he's not alive still, somebody killed him while he was in prison.
This nigga was in a ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese playing with little kids.
I mean, but they say the biggest trick the devil ever pulled was to make people believe he didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So I can see Epstein faking his murder and having somebody kidnap him and everybody think he dead and gone somewhere. But just the fact of all the ties that he did have from all
sense.
How deep does this thing go? How much, when we look at all the trafficking stories and stuff that's been coming out about, people still being trafficked and all that, you got to have political ties to move people from one coast to the next in private jets and cargo bins and things of that nature. So all I was saying, I wasn't excusing it as far as, or at least I wasn't asking it to say, was it okay? I was just saying from the culture that he was exposed to be like, all these other people are doing it and ain't nothing happening to them.
The difference is, though, Jeffrey Epstein wasn't an entertainer, right?
Yep.
So he wasn't in a public eye like that. So he was able to get away with it without people putting eyes on him every day, right? So, and I think his numbers don't compare to R. Kelly's numbers. And I don't think Diddy, but the thing about Diddy is you can't put him in the same category because he wasn't fucking with kids.
No.
Oh, these was grown people making grown people decisions, bro.
Well,
regardless of what you know,
what we know
whatever
now,
it is.
From what we know now, no.
At the same time, though, bro.
But I heard Diddy was kissing on B2K's neck all the time. He's like bump, bump, bump. He's like, hey, remember the lyrics? Hey, maybe want to stand like a pool stick. That was about Omarion.
Oh well, damn.
And he whispered that nigga. He's like, hey, he said, this one I'm gonna rap about you. He's like, you make me stand like a pool stick. And then Omar's like, that's a hot bar, bro. Pause on both.
Bro, you are irritating, bro. We are not finna lump Diddy in this category.
Where the lyrics
we ain't gonna lump Diddy in the pedophile category. Everybody that Diddy right now that we know, they've all been adults.
True.
Doing adult things, regardless of money, influence, and all that, whatever you got going on. This is adults doing adult things. So I can't lump him in with R. Kelly. I can't lump him in with Jeffrey Epstein.
So let me ask this then. In light of Diddy, in light of Kells, in light of Harvey Weinstein and all these other people who are having the light shined on their bullshit, how much responsibility do we give to those who assisted in those things? Because people always like, they can't do this shit by themselves. And so I'm always amazed that, once the story come out, then you have all these people want to come tell their story. Oh, yeah, well, I saw this, or I worked for them and I did this. And I'm like, you aided and abetted in the bullshit.
Yeah, you did the whole time for clout, to get somewhere,
right?
Because people want to get somewhere, but it's like, are you willing to sell? Are you willing to sell yourself to get a place? Y'all ever hear the James Franco story?
No.
So you know who James Franco is, right?
Yeah,
the actor.
Yeah, actor.
Yeah.
So this nigga had a potential actress come over to his house, and he wrote scripts, and every script was him. At the middle of the script, he was getting his dick sucked. You got to act the part out. That's what you got to do. I wrote the script. This is the playwright. You got to do this. It was him getting fucked or him getting his dick sucked, and they did it.
Get out of here.
And yeah, this nigga wrote it in the script.
So at some point in time, you got to be as Cat Williams say, in tune with your star player. I mean, you cannot sell your soul for fame. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you got to have some scruples. And it's always a fine line because we're all trying to come up to that point. And I find myself asking that question, like, what is too much? I think if I would have had success at a younger age, I may not have made the right decisions. But I think at this stage where I've had more life experience, whatever comes my way, I think I'll be better able to handle it and be able to say, no, I don't stand for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And be able to walk away from a bag because it doesn't fit the principles that I believe in. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So,
everybody ain't like that, though.
True.
And you got to understand, the people that aided and abetted that's not getting in trouble,
right?
You know what they did? They told, nigga.
They cashing out, making books.
They told, bro.
Doing interviews.
I was there when TD spread his butt cheeks.
Bro, when the feds came around and they start asking questions, the people who helped, right? You got me. Guess what? Cut me a deal. Cut me a deal. I'll tell whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The feds come knocking on your door, guess what? They already know. The only time the feds come in is if somebody telling. If ain't nobody telling, the feds ain't got nothing to do with nothing. The feds ain't doing no investigations like that. They not monitoring no, you know what I'm saying? They gonna do that after somebody come and say, hey, I know something going on with this person and this person and this person and this person. I need you to watch it. Okay, well, do you got anybody close? Yes, this person. Okay, boom. As soon as they talk to somebody starts snitching, that's when the feds come in. That's why they conviction rate is so high. The feds don't come in unless somebody's snitching, right? And so when it come to that, you know what all them people did? They told. So at the end of the day, we can cancel them as a people, but they're not going to jail. They didn't cut deals already.
Right. I just think it's sad that we in a society now where, you know, our desire and belief for human life and our love for each other is trumped by money. You know what I'm saying? It's like people sell hell, I watch it all the time in First 48. I seen cats get killed for $40. You know what I'm saying? Or didn't give me a cigarette and pop the cap.
But how many relationships have you seen ended over money?
A lot. A lot of them. That's like the hot biggest struggle when it comes to even a marriage money situation. But my question is, what is your soul worth to you?
Right.
That's the thing. Right. Is it? Do you place a value on it? Mm-hmm. Do you place a standard or a thing of? I'm like, my soul's. Would I go to a Diddy party and have Drake run through me?
Yeah. From the way that you were talking about Drake has free access to the asshole whenever he wants
it. But he said yes. No, like that's the thing. I love Drake, but I'm like my value is intrinsic. Like on like my like, cause I have kids, so it's like, what are they gonna see me in the future, and how they gonna see me as a person in the future, and even myself, because I believe in Jesus, so it's like my faith is in Jesus Christ, and I'm like, do I want a nigga whispering sweet nothings in my ears? No.
The thing about it is, your kids are going to develop their sense of what they will sell their soul for what you sell yours for.
Yep.
Right?
Facts.
And you got to think about it, as we walk through this life, right? Every step that we make, we sell a little bit of ourselves for money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It don't matter what
comics,
you do.
As actors.
No matter what you do.
Rappers.
You can work at Walmart. Yeah. Everybody knows Walmart is a corporation, bro, that they demons, bro. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Target is too.
Target, all Amazon. These corporations, bro. They are who they are.
Amazon. Speak on Amazon.
Look at him.
That's
look, he sold to Amazon. Look, don't speak on Amazon. You see what I'm saying?
No. I said don't have me speak on Amazon.
Oh no, okay.
Because they got a position in there where okay. So this is the position name. It's called picker, bro.
Yeah.
And what you think you did?
You pick.
Yeah, nigga, cotton.
Yeah.
You pick.
They had plants. No, nigga, cotton.
You pick cotton?
Nigga, with no gloves.
They didn't give you gloves?
Nah, and they whipped you too.
I can't stand them sometimes.
So irritating.
But I get what you're saying, because really at the end of the day, when you start looking at systemic stuff and how it all trickles down, you know what I'm saying? We're always, as a culture, as a people, the ones who are the guinea pigs for everything that goes on. And I just love being who I am, even though we go through the shit we go through. It's evident that we are strong survivors. We're able to take bullshit and make roses out of it, no matter what is thrown at us, how it's thrown at us. And to your point, we do sell ourselves because as a system, we're trying to live. We have to live within the confines of this world. And cash rules everything around me, so we have to go and try to make bread and butter to feed our kids, to give them those opportunities and things of that nature. So it's a crazy game, but I always just hope that people will find that inner peace and say, what would you sell yourself for? What is your value? And then pass that on to our kids. You're not going to know what they ultimately decide to do because eventually they're going to be their own person.
Yeah, that's not our choice. Our choice is to display something and show them, and then they make their own choices after they see what's displayed. Right. And mine is like, this is why I fuck with y'all, because I know what you guys want to display your kids is y'all want to display righteous shit, like the what we say is the right way, what we think is the right way in our hearts, and what we see in our hearts as the right way. Right. And that's the thing about it. It's like some people don't have that. So you was talking about so this is, I guess you talking about Color Purple.
Yeah,
and you say something about it outside, because I can't. Let's just
Oh, you cold switch.
Yeah.
Okay, just a cold switch right there.
Because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it.
This all good.
Y'all see me do comedy before? Like, nigga, we just talking about something else now.
Hey, we were just talking about this, but now we're talking about this. I'm sorry, but yeah. But no, but on the same point though, we can go to that. But at the same time though, we have to figure out how we navigate life without selling our souls, right? At the same time, I can sell a lot of things, right? We sell our voices when we do comedy, right? Selling my voice to the people. I'm selling laughter to the people, right? If I'm working construction, I'm selling my body.
Yeah.
I'm putting something up. I'm building something, I'm lifting something, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Right. Everything in this is you're going to sell something at the same time. We're going to sell our knowledge a lot of times. If you are somebody who is an intellect,
that's
right?
The thing, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, it's philosophers, bro, that make money just by thinking about shit and explaining it to people, being able to break it down and explain it to people.
Right.
And so everybody is selling something, right? But what are you? The only people who really become billionaires, they have to sell their soul at some point.
They have to give. You have
to sell your soul at some point. So many people, you got so many handlers, so many people telling you what to do or what not to do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what are you gonna do?
You gotta choose up, as they say.
Right. Shout out to John Morant. I like John Morant, right? But at the same time, though,
you gotta make a choice.
You gotta make a choice. But at the same time, he never did nothing wrong.
Right.
Everything he did was legal.
Having a gun is legal.
Yeah, true.
Which is wild to me because you see it all the time. People with guns, it's an illegal thing. Like,
I wish I was Ja Morant's agent. You know what I would have did? I would have said, hey, bro, Ja, all you got to do, bro, is go to Black Rambo, who always on the internet with guns and stuff and they shooting or whatever. Go make a video with Black Rambo, shooting guns in the woods and having a good time and being just you,
safe with
whatever you want to do, but being safe with it and show people like, okay, I might own a gun, but look, man, me and Black Rambo doing our thing.
Yep. Or go hunting with George Bush.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
No, okay.
I would.
Yeah, you're gonna end up like what was the dude in this cabinet that shot his homeboy?
Dick Cheney.
Okay. You're gonna end up like don't do that. Yeah. But at the same time, like it's a way to go about it, right?
But it's a way to look like you're doing it the right way to a community, because that's the way you gotta put this picture, paint this picture of like just so this is the book. This is a new book that's being made. You guys see the movie Aliens, right?
Yeah. With Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah, with Sigourney Weaver. So it's a scary movie.
Okay, yeah.
They're making a child's book. It's called A is for Alien.
Okay.
I mean, A is for Apple, Alien.
Yeah. So America. It's just about how you paint it. It's all about how you paint the picture.
Yeah.
Because something behind the picture could be gruesome and ugly, but how you paint it is what they see. They'll believe it.
Well, in life, that's a scary thing, because if you notice, most times whenever something nefarious is going on, they always present it to you in the good way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
especially those black people.
When they come up with some new drug or whatever, or some new innovation in science, it's always like, oh, well, this could help like people crack, who couldn't have kids, and we'll be able to make them. And then you fast forward 5-10 years, and now they're taking uteruses out of healthy people and trying to put them into men who want to be women. So, I mean.
But at the same time, though, that kind of science, bro, is scary.
It is.
You playing with God in a different kind of way.
But that's
y'all believe in clones?
Now.
I do, but I don't. I don't think they've cloned anybody enough to be a person that walks among us.
So they clone a sheep?
You can definitely. I mean, you can clone but that sheep that they clone don't look like the regular sheep.
Here's where I know where you're going with it, and I can see that, like, from what we've seen with animals and meat and all the things that we do, we've seen them cloning. I think the one thing that stands different is that we have an allspark. We have a spirit. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's the one thing that when you say clone, it's like it really starts to mess with your head of, okay, if I'm able to clone somebody, then is there really a God? Is there really a, you know what I'm saying? And I believe, and I know, we're all connected through that spirit and that energy. You know, when we leave here, we're just transcending from one phase of energy into another, and it's all connected. I firmly believe that.
It's that Big Bang, bro. The Big Bang theory is about the Earth and how it started, right? Mm-hmm. Every time A baby egg is fertilized inside of any animal.
You're right. It is being banged in there.
It's a big bang, bro.
Nigga, that's a big bang in there.
That creates that all spark. It creates that spirit within that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot bottle that. You can't recreate it. You can't do it. If they did, they'd make a whole bunch of Earths, a whole bunch of different places, bro. But you can start a whole universe if you can recreate that sequence of events that literally only happens by happenstance.
So what about a test tube baby?
I mean,
it's still the same thing though. It's still a sperm cell and an egg though.
Right. Yeah,
it's a test tube, but it's still the same process.
Right.
So, but that's all. That's all. Really, what cloning is. You're putting this egg and this sperm together, but it's like it's coming from something.
That's not a clone though. A clone comes from.
Well, all
clone has to come from. That's what I'm saying. Though, but that's not necessarily a clone though.
But with all clones, when it comes down to the science of what a clone is, it's just DNA replicating itself. But if
you're not doing it off of natural properties, if you're not taking an actual sperm cell and an actual egg, and you're not actually fusing them together, right? Mm-hmm. It's not a clone. You're actually just using the science. You're just mimicking bodies.
So I would say this:
mimic a man's body. You got to figure out how to mimic a woman's body in order to grow that embryo. But you have to use organic material.
I would say that this conversation will be interesting maybe 10 years from now, because I really think we're on the precipice of really trying to figure out that connection, because science has always been in battle with religion or spirituality as far as our creation theory. And I think we're at that point now where we're trying to really figure out what's the two. You know,
bro,
the chicken or the egg.
Hold on. You've been reading the thesaurus over this last year, huh? Because you've been using some big words today. Precipice and scruples and
well, you know, I'm
all kind of
You sound like T.I. Is it T.I. podcast?
Deacon is a deep guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, I've always had these things, you know, in my repertoire. And so
shout out to the deacon sneaking the pastor of laughter.
So they said this, right? You know the Big Bang Theory, right? And you ever hear the existence of the Earth, like how God created Earth?
I mean, we know the story.
They said it was a sound, right? He spoke it into existence.
Mm-hmm. That's the bang.
So that's the bang. So science and God coincide with each other. It relates to each other in so many ways, but people want to separate it. But who gave you the thought of having that in the first place? Because the thought don't come from nowhere. Is it thought come from it comes from places?
Been here.
Yeah,
it already is. And
at the end of the day, every scientist who really created something, who made real major steps that led us to where we are today.
Right.
When they can't explain something, you know what they do? They attribute it to God. Mm-hmm. I can't explain it at the end of the day, and I'm about to die, bro.
Right.
So guess who did it? God did it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have you know what I'm saying? You can further this research and learn more about it, but science is learning. It's a school of learning. It's not a perfection. You will never be able to perfect it.
No.
You will never be able to perfect science.
Because science is based off of theory, bro. This is theory of something happening. It's a reaction and a reaction. But when you go to like the God that created the whole universe, he knows how that was created. He knows how this came about. He knows
Let me ask you a question.
Intimacy.
Let me ask you a question, because this is a real question, right? Everybody always attributes God as a he. Why do we do that?
Our ego.
Yeah.
Male ego.
And it's like,
I think God was a woman, just to be honest.
It makes sense, because God to be a woman would be nurturing, would be giving, would be more so than a man would.
If you wanted to create life, like I just said earlier, right? We were just talking. If you wanted to clone somebody, right, and you had a sperm cell and an egg, right? You don't have to clone a dude. Nigga, go ahead and jack off in that cup. In order to grow that egg, guess what you got to clone?
A woman.
You have to clone a body of a woman that you, or have to create a scientific apparatus, whatever that is, right? That can mimic a woman to grow that egg, right? So if I had a $1 billion Fortune 500 company, right, and I had 2 kids, one man, well, a male and a woman, a male and a female, right, whatever it is, and I said, hey, I'm going to pass on the biggest trait. Like if I was the owner of this company, who am I going to give that to? Who am I going to give the biggest responsibility to? Biggest responsibility on earth is creating life, growing life, and sustaining life, right? Mm-hmm. We don't exist if kids can't be born. Right. So if that's the biggest responsibility, who am I gonna give it to? The person that's most like me or the person that's least like me? the person that's most like me, because I want my company to grow in my image. Right? I want this thing to pass on and keep going in my image. The biggest job on earth is creating life. We don't do shit when it comes to that, bro. We just skeet.
But
and
then start that.
But yeah, but then
you might start the spark.
But what I'm saying though is without that spark of sperm, you're gonna be putting that egg is going into a tampon. You know what I'm saying? It's going into it's the both of them is needed.
Both of them is
but
what
it's
it is.
not going to start unless that sperm is coming
biggest
to play.
job is what though?
But can I say something real quick?
The job doesn't start unless
who got the bigger responsibility?
Both parties got a huge responsibility.
There's no responsibility
when it comes to creating life.
Because this is why. Because you can't get one without the other, and it works together. It works together
You know
like
what you
this,
can do
bro.
after you skeet that little sperm in there? You can do whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah, you can leave.
Walk off. You can leave.
But now she can too.
You can go and drink and do whatever you want to do. You can have whatever. That woman's responsibility is to make sure she grows that in her body.
But now she don't want to.
But no,
I'm not saying if she want to or not. I'm talking about if you want a healthy. If you want to, if you want life to grow and be the way it's supposed to be.
Okay, right. But here's the question though. But you said create. And so when I'm saying and telling to you what you're talking about is two different things. Creating and then nurturing is two different things. In order to create life, you need the sperm. Otherwise, you're not creating nothing. So I'm not saying that it's not important to nurture that, but nurturing doesn't even start unless you create. And you can't create without sperm.
It's true. But I feel like this, right? I feel like
but you also cannot create life without an egg.
But it's also
you cannot create life without somebody to carry that egg.
True.
In the human aspect of
we got one job.
male and female.
Right. How many jobs does that woman have when it comes to creating life?
1,000.
Okay. So you think God gave the easiest job to the person that was most like God, or did God give the harder job, the job that needed to be done,
maybe
to the
God
person that was most like God?
Maybe
God is a hermaphrodite.
I think it's
I don't think God has a gender in that aspect.
God doesn't have gender because God's a spirit, so we can't say that this is it. But
so then we gotta stop saying he.
You can't stop saying he because the reason you can't saying he because it's a human thing. It's not necessarily anything. I think it's I think it's a human aspect behind all the things that we attach to it as human beings.
You can't replace he with she.
I mean, you can, but
I think the only reason it's hard is because
as the books that you've been do that you.
No, but why can't we replace he with
in the beginning
anything?
when you start attaching how we learn as kids? You know, you put a picture or something, and so you assimilate that picture. So I just think the answer to the question is yes, you can change it to she. I think the reason we haven't is because over the years as a species, I think that's how we've associated how we identify different things. So for whatever reason, you know, our hierarchy thinks that male is dominant, and so that's what it's been preached to us.
That's what we've been conditioned to do.
Right.
But the closest thing to God is the black woman.
I don't have a problem with that.
The closest thing to God is a black woman.
I think the closest thing to God is earth. To be honest, is the existence of what fills everything. Like the earth is a perfect thing to be cohabitant for human beings. So if we're saying that was the first thing created, so and you see, and I don't know, I see God in earth. Mm-hmm. I see God in just breathing, because it says God put his breath into human beings.
Right.
So if we saying that that's what it is, I think earth is like the closest thing to actually seeing God.
I don't think it's earth. I think it's the whole universe in the way that it moves at the same time. But at the same time, when we break it down to the level of like the he and she thing that we do all the time.
Right.
Every time somebody say God, they say he.
Right.
Right. Every time, if we break it down to that level, right, we cannot keep doing that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
We can't.
I think that's fair. I think it's a fair argument. I think it's something that we can push to bring out into the narrative. But
shout out to the Color Purple.
Yeah, Color Purple. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Talking about the circle of life and how things go.
Purple. Oh God. I mean, in that way, the Color Purple explains that in that kind of way. Oh God.
Y'all want to keep recording if y'all want.
You want to touch the Color Purple real quick, or you got it really? I got
to be there at 1.
And you need time to get there.
Yeah, I need that. I need time to set up too.
We got it.
Wow, we finna talk about the Color Purple without you.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
Exiting right now is Ike. Hold on. It's Ikes. I gotta go.
Thank y'all for letting me be a part of this lovely podcast.
Love you, man.
He gotta go because Drake just called him and said he needed his back rub. He got a text. Drake was like, "That's not true. Back rub."
That's not true.
Take that.
But no, so I love The Color Purple, right? Mm-hmm. We checked it out, right? So the only issue that I have with Color Purple is there's not one redeeming quality of any black man in that movie, and it fucked with me a little bit.
Yeah,
because every black man in that movie wasn't shit,
right?
And I mean, I get it through history, through time, or whatever, but it's still a lot of us out here that are shit. And like when it comes to it, it's just like, damn, ain't nobody,
right?
Nobody.
It was hard, man, because, even in the original, I'm dating myself, but, I'm coming on that milestone this year, 50 in March. And I was a fan of the very first one just because it was just what it was. That time and that era of existence for black people and for black men was really a microcosm of how life was. I mean, we were enslaved. They were coming out of slavery. To where, women were considered second-class citizens or not even people at all through our society. So it was one thing to be black. It's another thing to be a black woman, you know what I'm saying, to be even less than the man that's less than in people's eyes. And I know what you're talking about because I had that same resolve when I watched it too, because I was a kid when I watched it the first time. I was looking at it through a different lens. Now as an adult, as a male, a father who've had life experiences to sit there and take it in and be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I was looking around the same way, like, shoot, we just all wasn't about crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I, have somebody leave that movie and then look at a black man and feel empowered or feel like this is somebody I want to be attached to because of this, that, and the third? Only way I could explain it, G, is to be like, this was a moment in time. This is how we moved during that time. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. But it seems to be that was a cold reality of where we was.
I don't agree with that, bro. The only reason I don't agree with that is because of this, right? When we talk about God, when we talk about roles and what we, you know what I'm saying, everything that's going on, the biggest job on earth was given to the woman, right?
Right.
But then the second biggest job on earth was given to man. That's a protector,
right?
Right. There was no black men at that time protecting black women. You cannot tell me at this time, I don't care, 1930, whatever.
Right.
Bro, you are nuts. We had Nat Turner. We have spirits of, you know what I'm saying, too fine. We have spirits of protectors, bro. Me, I'm a protector. So that, you know what I'm saying, watching that scene where Sophia beating up on a white man and doing that shit in the streets, bro.
Right.
And she dating married to a whole prize fighter, bro.
Right.
You got me fucked up, nigga. We all, bro, I'm knocking out everybody. We all finna get out of here right now. We going. I'm going with you.
So the thing about it,
we not going to jail because we finna get out of here. They're gonna have to come pick us up. These babies gonna be safe though.
I don't even want to, because I don't even want to feel like I'm, protecting the movie because it's not what I'm doing.
No, it's all good. It's a movie.
But what I'm saying is, I think the story that was trying to be told is from the lens of a woman who had been abused by all these different men, and so. Yeah, from our perspective as good men who want to be protectors, who want to be providers, you know what I'm saying? We're looking at it from like, okay, well, where's the redeeming quality? I know that there were good men out there. I know everybody wasn't like the men that we saw being portrayed, but it wasn't our story. The story was this woman's story about how she was abused by all these ratchet men in life and overcame. And so it wasn't our story from our lens of the protector, of the provider. So yes, there were good men, and yes, there were protectors and providers during that time, else we wouldn't be here. But that wasn't our story being told. It was a story of a woman who had been with some ratchet motherfuckers.
See, this is my thing. I think I'm more mad at all the men that I seen in that movie.
Yeah.
More than I am mad at the, you know what I'm saying, the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not mad at none of the women in that, like, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is that grew.
Right.
I'm mad at every man in that movie who did not have no redeeming qualities for this woman's life. That's crazy to me. Every woman should have some level of protection to where, you know what, that ain't gonna happen to you, baby. I got you. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't always got to be a sexual exchange. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. I protect women that, never slept with, never, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
I'm a protector of black women. I can't help it.
Right.
When I see a black woman, if I walk out here right now and I'm driving down the street and I see a black woman getting beat on, I don't care who she getting beat
pulling
on.
over.
I'm pulling over, bro. Hey, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Right? It's going to have to be her to tell me, hey, this ain't none of your business. Leave me alone. And if she tell me that, I'm gone.
But if that's not the case, then we got to hold up, bro. You can't do this in front of me and let my spirit be okay. And I've got called.
If it's a white dude doing it, I'm definitely going.
We waxing the whole situation. But I've been here in Portland again, the last 10 years, and I remember I was dating a lady, and we was really cool. And her sister was married to a guy who was very handsy, and we would go out from time to time, and he'd get full of his alcohol, and want to say stuff, this, that, and third, or get handsy, and I couldn't be a part of that, so. We got into confrontations all the time, and I'm like, I know this y'all marriage, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not in y'all marriage, and that's always the thing, like, dude, it's my wife, you know what I'm saying? But you can't do that in front of me, you know what I'm saying? You can't put hands on a woman and expect me to just sit there and be just quiet. I'm not that guy.
Bro. Guess what? I'm gonna make my if this situation that y'all got going on is what y'all got going on, and y'all like to be violent with each other and all that.
Do it somewhere out of my presence. I can't.
Or I'm gonna make my exit.
Right.
Because if I'm at your house and that's how y'all get down,
right.
I will make my exit because you know what I'm saying. It is what it is between y'all.
Right.
But before I make my exit, I'm gonna check with her first though.
Right.
Oh God.
Right.
What? You cool? Y'all cool? Okay, I'm good. Bye, and I'm gonna leave.
Right.
But at the end of the day, though, one thing that we do have is strength.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe there's a woman on earth that can beat me up in a real fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just real life.
Right.
But at the same time, because I have this strength, I have a duty and a responsibility too. To you know what, men who put their hands on women, I can't understand that. I don't think I will ever be able to understand that.
So my perspective is a little bit different because I actually lived through it, and there's reasons for everything, and I'm not saying that to justify anything, but my mother and father had a very domestic violent type of relationship. They were forced to be married at 18 because I was coming, and so imagine at 18 back in the old school days, like, oh, you pregnant? Oh, y'all got to get married. You know what I'm saying? Not giving them a chance to grow and mature and decide that this is what they want to do as a collective, rather than people are forcing you to make it happen.
Right.
I don't know as a kid. I can't go back in time and ask my dad at the time, like, why was he doing that? However, I could say, okay, well, he may have seen my grandfather portray that type of the same thing. We talking about Color Purple, what you see being given to you. You seen the dad told him how to be a certain way. Yeah. Then he told Harpo how to be a certain way. Harpo didn't even
told him no.
Yeah, but that's because it's conditioned. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not excusing it, but what I'm saying is that when you come into those situations, I'm highly sensitive to those type of things because that's my mom. And so imagine as a kid trying to nut up and you too small, you know what I'm saying? You trying to prevent stuff from going on. And so for me, I've always been the type of cat that if I got to put hands on you, you know what I'm saying, we don't need to be together. And so, anytime I was dealing with any woman that would try to challenge me or push me to that point, we can't be together, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to put my hands on a woman. That's not what I believe in. And I'm very sensitive because I remember times when it happened and I couldn't do nothing about it, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm even more sensitive and more highly, heightened when I see stuff like that. I want to activate because now I'm big enough to do something about it.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at with it. I'm saying that because when my parents divorced, we moved out here. My dad ended up getting remarried and having my younger brother and stayed married to my stepmom until his dying day. But he didn't have the same interaction with my stepmom as he did with my mom. Mm-hmm. And it used to fuck me up as a kid because I was like, well, damn, what was it about my mom that made you act this way? But you was able to turn the corner and redeem yourself, so to speak, with this other person.
He knew where he fucked up, though.
Yeah, but
he learned through life that,
right.
This ain't, I fucked up.
Right. So in that regards, you know what I'm saying, I was able to muster respect and understand that, okay, as I grew into a man and started having my own relationships and have my own challenges and things like that, realizing, okay, people react and do things differently.
It's just, that's the same way Mr. ended up being.
Right.
Like once Celie stood up and was like, nigga, yeah. What we got going on? And Suge was part of, you know what I'm saying? All that when Suge came in and was, you ain't ever put your hands on me.
Right.
You treating this woman like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so when Suge took her and all that, you know, and then he started realizing my life ain't shit without her. Right now, and then when she put the hex up, put the curse on her, till you do right by me. Till you do right by me. Oh God. But then, you know what I mean? And he started noticing everything in his life was failing because he didn't have his backbone.
Right.
He didn't have the woman who was keeping it all together.
Right.
Nigga, she didn't raise your kids, you know, and you still treating her like she ain't shit. Y'all in your old age and shit, y'all old, and ain't no kids at the house, everybody grown, and you still putting your hands on her and beating her and treating her like she ain't shit. Guess what's gonna happen?
Right. But see, to that point too, the same way he was able to recognize that in himself later on after all he was challenged, same way with Harpo realizing it soon, like you could tell from the beginning that wasn't his spirit.
Harpo was the best nigga in the movie, I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm just saying, you could tell in his spirit, like, that ain't what I want to be. But it goes back to show your influences. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever is guiding you down that road. So your heart could be like, I'm a good dude. I don't like this, that, and that. But then I got a dad or a grandpa that's saying, okay, well, this is the way it is and this is the way you're supposed to be. You know, you trying to internalize as men, as we all do. We try to identify different men in our life that we can emulate or feel like we're supposed to be like. And Harpo was trying to be like his dad because that's what he knew. If he just been true to his
shit.
Right. But if he would just recognize, like, no, this is who I am. And who's to say that his dad wouldn't have been that same way if Lou Gossett Jr., you know what I'm saying, wasn't the type of person to be like, no, you ain't got to beat this woman, you ain't got to be this way or that. So it just shows that there's a connection between what you were taught and then what you have in your spirit. It shows how you can take a good person and make them bad by the influence and the things that you teach them or show them.
But it goes back to what we were saying earlier about the kids. The kids are going to mimic their soul to whatever they see you say your soul for.
Exactly.
Right? And so a lot of times when it comes to that, and you know what I'm saying, that's in the movie, I love the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a good musical. I like music too at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. It was very soulful. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was all of it. And it took you on the trip, up and down and around the corner. Right? If I was going to give it, you know what I'm saying, out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it 4. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I'm going to give it 4. You know what I mean?
Because I did feel, I ain't gonna lie, I felt exactly how you felt when I was in there because I was with my daughter and, you know, I was sitting there, I was like, man, there ain't no dudes that's really about crap in this mug. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want her to feel like that's the way we all are. But then I had to detach my thoughts and realize this wasn't my story. Mm-hmm. This was a story of a woman who had been through all this BS, and it was her perspective to tell this is why things happened because of the people that I had. And it would have been nice to have somebody who come in there and has some redeeming qualities throughout the movie that we could look to and say, okay, that's the type of man that, you know, it should be.
But he didn't have to be a main character. He could just been a man that just showed up and been like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this movie, her daddy wasn't shit. Well, it wasn't even a real daddy.
Right.
This nigga is over here, you know what I'm saying?
Sleeping with him, having babies with her,
and then stealing the babies and giving them away. This nigga was a whole piece of shit, bro. Right. He came in and stole a whole company, right? And then he sold her off to a nigga who wasn't gonna do nothing but beat her and treat her like shit
just
the whole time she was there.
Just so he could get to the sister and try to do something, and then she ended up.
And then as soon as she wouldn't give him none, he threw her out on the street. And you know what I'm saying? All that,
she go there for refuge, and the same dude that she trying to seek refuge from, he trying to do the same thing, even though he got her sister over there just being his wife. Yeah, it's a lot.
Bro.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And then you got Harpo, who the best nigga in the movie at the same time. But he was young, Silly raised him, all this other stuff. He ended up trying to do the same thing to a woman he was outmatched.
Right.
Okay? He was outmatched.
She wasn't playing no
He was outmatched to Sophia. I know a couple women like Sophia. I ain't gonna lie to you. And you know what I'm saying? Even though, hey.
Like, look, like you said, you know, they probably couldn't take you, but you know, hey, it's gonna be a fight. Right.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? So
if they actually attack me.
Right. Like, hold up.
Hold on, wait. I might have to step arm you a little bit. I don't know what I'm about to do. I play football. I'm about to, put one on you. But at the same time, it was no man in there was like, you know what? I got you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you're around whatever, you got somebody you can talk to. You got somebody you can come if you really need it.
Right.
Because I'm not finna jump into your marriage. One thing I won't do is I won't jump into nobody's marriage, regardless of what the fuck they got going on. Y'all doing what y'all doing. Right. I seen it as a kid too. It didn't happen in my household. My daddy smoked crack, so my mom was able to beat him up in different kind of ways when I was too young. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was a dope head. So my mom was, she had Sophia energy. You know what I mean? She wasn't as big and strong as Sophia, but she had Sophia energy. Right? Oh God, they called her puny when she was younger.
Okay.
But she was a strong little motherfucker.
She had to fight for herself, And
so, but then I also grew up in a house of two sisters. And then one thing I was never able to do was put my hands on them, because one thing my mom always told me, you are bigger, you're stronger. That's a fight you can win.
Right. You're supposed to protect them.
Learn how to talk to them. Learn how to protect them. Right. Learn how to talk to them. I know they're going to get on your nerves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I know about women, I know they close to the guy they are irritating, nigga.
Oh, God.
As a motherfucker. Right? But one thing I had to understand
we love y'all. We do.
God. Love it. But you don't answer that with violence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the trump card at the end of the day.
It's too easy. It's like you don't really want to deal, because sometimes only reason you so mad is because they really telling you the truth about something.
Facts. You and your own feelings.
Right. You can't deal with it.
Same reason why I was irritated at The Color Purple. Right. I wasn't irritated with the women. I was irritated with the women, but at the same time, this woman telling the story, ain't no man in here with no redeemer, because so I'm irritated. Like, I'm watching this goddamn movie. And don't nobody mimic me.
Right.
I don't see myself in nobody in this movie. So now I'm mad at myself because I don't see myself as none of the men in this movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm like, damn, bro, all these niggas some bitch ass niggas. Everybody a bitch ass nigga.
And so, and I guess that's where, for me, I ain't gonna even say a historian, just understanding the times. We were brought here, man, and conditioned by evil people as colonizers to be the way we were. And so to that end, it was like, you're a black man who's not considered a whole person. And then you have a wife who's considered not even your equal. So in order to survive in that time, it's just the way things were.
Everybody had to have somebody to step on.
In order to, and that's not the way we're supposed to be. And we know that, but that was just, it's a hard thing to digest and watch. You know what I'm saying?
Because when you condition as somebody that's being stepped on, then when you get a little bit of something, you want to step on somebody else. And I think that's America. Yeah. Because as soon as somebody gets something, they want to step on somebody else. I cannot adhere to that kind of mentality, right? I want everybody around me to grow. If everybody around me not thriving, I feel like I'm not doing something right. Right. And so my thing is this: I got resources, right? But you're gonna have to come and you have to put the work in to get the resources. Right. Not saying like giving it to you is one thing, right? I give people a lot. I give a lot. I'm a giver, right? But I'm not jumping out the window for somebody who won't walk through the door.
Exactly.
So if I say, hey, I got this for you, you got to come pick it up, and they don't come pick it up, well, nigga, what am I supposed to do? Right. Or if I say, hey, I'm over here, meet me over here, and they don't meet me over there, what am I supposed to do? Right. I'm sorry, bro, but I'm literally giving you the opportunity to do what you got to do, but you won't even walk through the door. Right. But you want me to jump out the window for you? I got shit to do too. How you think these resources came about? Right. I get that, but at the same time, though, you can't put your thumb on people in that way. Right. Ain't nobody your slave.
Sometimes
we grew up under that mentality. That's American mentality. Yeah.
I had this conversation with my sibling just the other day of because we are givers, but sometimes you find yourself in a position if you're not careful, like, are you giving because you want something in return, or are you giving because you giving? You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like a lot of times I may not even, I don't want anything in return. If I'm giving, it's just because that's what I have, whether it be my time, whether it be my talent, whatever the case is, I'm giving it to you freely. I'm not expecting anything in return. But if you turn around and you give me something and then you automatically expect something, then I'm looking at you a little sideways. And so I'm like, well, I didn't give it to you that way. And so I just expect the same thing in return to some degree. And maybe that might be a little off, but
oh God,
it is what it is.
It's all good, bro. Let's wrap up, man. Let's wrap up.
We can go for a while,
man. Oh, God. We can talk forever. This is a conversation that we just be having. Right. And so a lot of but right now, though, this is on the podcast, and we're going to talk about a lot of this shit offline, and y'all ain't going to be able to hear it unless you tap into the next episode of 4 Black Dads.
For sure.
Right now, it's only 2 Black Dads. Other 2 Black Dads.
One is with Drake.
And then one went for Milk.
Yeah, went for Milk. He's still looking for Milk. He might have got some milk at Drake's house. I don't know.
Hey, it's all possible. Good. We got to open door for another one. Come back, bro. We going to do it.
For sure.
Yeah. So 2023, we wrapping it up. It's the
what you looking forward to in the new year?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot, man. It's been a lot of phone calls and a lot of new members of my team. A lot of my kids growing up. My youngest is 9 right now, so it's a whole different. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see her become more of her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We had a birthday party yesterday. She fell asleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning on my lap. She had a day. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. And so it's a lot of. I'm looking forward to a lot of the future when it comes to building. Man, the door is wide open, right? And so I'm looking forward to the new challenges, and I'm looking forward to the new adventures that's gonna happen in 2024.
I'm with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I'm excited about it too. I think as you go through the year and you have your successes and you have your failures, you figure out, okay, this worked, that don't work, and then you got your formula together. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, the formula's together. What's it gonna look like? How's the victory gonna come? What's gonna be the thing that we look at in 2024? I'm like, man, I said I was gonna do that, and
the formula together, but it's not all the way together. So I'm looking forward to how to put other. You know what I mean? It's a science.
Yeah.
Yeah. And always explain.
And what they say? No explanation, explanatory things explain. That's a preacher's note right there. No explanations, explanatory things explain. Like, what did he say? Nothing. But that's the beautiful thing about it, man, is that we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but the fact that we have breath in our bodies and we're able to actually get out and make those things happen. There's going to be some things that happen this year that we didn't even see coming, you know what I'm saying, in a good way, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be happy to be right there by and see people thriving and seeing the things that they have been building and working towards in 2023 actually coming to fruition, you know what I'm saying? I've been away from the scene for a little minute. I'm excited to be out in 2024 and like, oh yeah, y'all ain't heard Deke.
You jumping back on stage, bro?
Yeah, I'm out here.
I did. You've been acting for way too long, bro, and I ain't been able to see you. You know what I'm saying? One man, one mic. I ain't been able to see it for a while.
It's part of the puzzle.
I know
what I'm saying? It's part of the building.
That's the trenches, though.
That's the trenches.
When you acting, you got a whole bunch of supporting cast and a whole bunch of other shit that go along.
That's true.
When you're on that stage, it's one man, one mic.
That's
nigga,
true.
What we doing?
That's true. But that's the one thing that I love too is the fact that, personal battles, I said transportation, all those other things that you have to do, being a parent, single father, you have to take precedence and put those things in priority. And it's always there in your mind, like, okay, this what's going to happen. But sometimes let's keep your pen active, make sure that that's there. Yeah. And then when it's time to come out and slap some heads and let them know, you still that motherfucker.
Oh, God.
They'll know. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And Deacon is here, the pastor of laughter, 2024.
Yes, sir. Pastor of laughter, show them what it is.
What it is.
Hey, man, I just want to thank y'all, man, for tuning in to 4 Black Dads.
Facts.
I am one of your hosts, your boy G Wade, and to my left,
E.I., Deacon and Sneaking, Pastor of Laughter, man. We're just happy for y'all to tap in with 4 Black Dads. We're going to have bigger and better things coming up in 2024. So y'all tap in, new guests, a whole new horizon. And we all finna just be living our best life. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. And then, hold on, to our right. He had to go. We got to talk some shit a little bit, though. But we about to get out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, happy 2024 to everybody, man. Look forward to everything. Love, laughter, life. Just like that, we out.
Peace.